In the extremely competitive and demanding world of professional sports, the arrival of a once-in-a-generation superstar does far more than boost TV ratings or attract big sponsors. It completely changes how every player on a roster survives in the league. When a dynamic offensive force like Caitlin Clark joins a team, she reshapes the pace of the game, the level of conditioning required, and even the physical demands needed to stay on the court. The style shifts away from slow half-court basketball and becomes a fast, non-stop race up and down the floor. In this new and highly profitable environment, players face a clear choice. They can resist the change, complain about fewer offensive chances, and slowly fade out of relevance. Or they can accept the reality, rebuild their bodies and skill sets, connect their personal brand to the spotlight surrounding Clark, and open the door to major financial opportunities. While much of the WNBA Players Association continues negotiating with league owners for a larger share of revenue, two Indiana Fever players have quietly taken a different approach. Sophie Cunningham and Lexi Hull are not waiting for a new collective bargaining agreement to improve their futures. Instead, they are adjusting their training, reshaping their roles under the new coaching staff, and building strong personal brands off the court. Their approach reflects a smart adaptation to the Caitlin Clark era, where players who adjust quickly can create huge opportunities for themselves while others struggle to keep up. To understand the physical demands of playing alongside Caitlin Clark, look at the dramatic offseason transformation Sophie Cunningham chose to make. Over 6 solid seasons in the WNBA, Cunningham earned respect as a tough competitor. She became known as an enforcer who set the physical tone, absorbed hard fouls, battled inside the paint, and defended teammates when games turned rough. At about 165 pounds, she had the strength to set powerful screens and handle the heavy contact common in the league's slower, traditional style of play. But Cunningham is also a smart player who recognized a major shift happening. In a system built around Caitlin Clark's speed and constant movement, a slower, stationary enforcer could quickly lose playing time. The new style demands speed, endurance, and constant motion. Realizing this, Cunningham made the decision to reshape her body and conditioning during the offseason so she could stay an important part of the team's future. She reduced her weight from 165 pounds to about 148.5. That is a huge drop of nearly 16 pounds.
As she is recovering from her season-ending knee injury, Cunningham shared that she underwent a major change this offseason. Previously listed at 165 pounds, revealed that she is now down to 148.5 pounds.
For a professional athlete who already has to stay in top physical shape. But there is a clear strategy behind this major change. Cunningham is currently recovering from a torn medial collateral ligament in her knee. When you are rehabbing a serious ligament injury and preparing to play in one of the fastest-paced offenses in the league, carrying extra weight can be dangerous. Every additional pound increases the pressure on the knee joint during quick stops and sudden changes in direction. Cunningham understood that she needed to make her body lighter and more efficient to handle the stress of the upcoming season and protect her knee from further damage. The weight loss is also about adapting to the speed of the team system. Playing alongside Caitlin Clark means constantly running the floor in transition. Clark's elite passing often catches defenses before they can even get set. For wing players on the Indiana Fever, that creates a big opportunity. If they sprint down the court the moment a defensive rebound is secured, there is a strong chance Clark will find them with a long, accurate pass that leads to an easy layup or a wide-open three-pointer. But that opportunity only exists if the player is fast enough to beat defenders down the floor. Realizing this, Cunningham chose to give up the role of the team's physical enforcer and instead reshape herself into a quicker, transition-focused weapon who can thrive in the faster system.
The decision to cut down on weight, because she know Caitlin Clark has cut down on weight. Caitlin Clark got rid of all that The Rock in Fast 5 muscle. She's back to Iowa skinny CC. You know what that means?
In the extremely competitive world of professional sports, the arrival of a generational superstar does more than increase TV ratings or attract sponsors. It completely changes the way the game is played and forces every player on the roster to adjust. When a player like Caitlin Clark joins a team, she transforms the speed, spacing, and physical demands of basketball. The game is no longer slow half-court basketball. Instead, it becomes a fast, relentless transition battle where stamina and speed are essential. In this new environment, players have two choices. They can refuse to adapt, complain about fewer scoring opportunities, and slowly lose their place in the league. Or they can face reality, reshape their bodies and playing style, and take advantage of the spotlight that comes with playing alongside a superstar. While many members of the WNBA Players Union are currently negotiating for a larger share of league revenue, two players from the Indiana Fever have quietly chosen a different path. Sophie Cunningham and Lexi Hull are not waiting for a new collective bargaining agreement to change their future. Instead, they are actively transforming their bodies, adjusting their roles within the team, and building opportunities for themselves both on and off the court. To understand how demanding the Caitlin Clark system is, you have to look at the dramatic physical transformations Sophie Cunningham made during the offseason. Throughout her 6-year career, Cunningham built a strong reputation in the league. She was known as an enforcer, someone who brought toughness and physical intensity to the game. She was willing to take hard fouls, battle inside the paint, and defend her teammates against aggressive opponents. At around 165 pounds, she had the strength needed to set powerful screens and handle the physical style of traditional WNBA basketball. However, Cunningham realized something important. In a fast-paced system led by Caitlin Clark, being a slower, heavier enforcer could limit her effectiveness and reduce her playing time. Because of this, she made a bold decision during the offseason to completely reshape her body and prepare for the high-speed style of play that now defines the Indiana Fever.
Tell you this, sidebar, Stephanie White, Lexi Hull better be a starter this year. She better be a starter this year. Don't try what you pulled last year, starting DeWanna Bonners and all.
Do not underestimate this. Lexi Hull must be a starter on this team. This is not a casual fan opinion. It is a tactical necessity. If head coach Stephanie White plays political games with a starting lineup, if she benches Hull in favor of slower, high-usage veteran players who disrupt spacing and demand isolation touches, it would immediately cause a catastrophic collapse of the entire offensive system. You do not put a multi-million-dollar Ferrari engine in a car with flat tires. Caitlin Clark must be surrounded by athletic, low-ego shooters who defend at elite levels and sprint the floor with frightening speed. Lexi Hull proved her absolute value in the second half of last season. Her durability, defensive presence, and flawless chemistry within the Tresec lineup stabilized a roster already under strain from season-ending injuries. Ignoring this reality to appease veteran egos would be tactical malpractice. Meanwhile, as fans and media debate starting lineups and collective bargaining agreements, Hull is quietly executing one of the smartest off-court moves of the entire offseason. Traditionally, WNBA role players rely almost entirely on their league salaries to survive. They rarely land multi-million-dollar shoe deals, national commercials, or major endorsement opportunities. They fight for the scraps of the sports economy. Lexi Hull, however, has identified a massive, untapped opportunity in the modern attention economy, and she is using it to build a private equity empire. This groundbreaking move perfectly illustrates the financial power of the Caitlin Clark halo effect, showing how elite role players can leverage superstar teammates to generate unprecedented wealth and influence.
The offseason, Hull has also been building her off-court profile. Now, this is a part of the Caitlin Clark effect. Make no mistake about it. We've seen Sophie Cunningham in Nash and Arby's commercials.
Lexi Hull is preparing to launch a direct-to-consumer cosmetics brand called Fora, created especially for high-performance athletes. This move is a very smart business decision. In the normal business world, starting a direct-to-consumer brand is extremely risky. Many companies fail because attracting customers through online advertising is very expensive. Businesses often spend millions of dollars on ads across platforms like Facebook and Instagram just to get people to notice their products. But Lexi Hull is in a very different situation. She does not need to spend large amounts of money on advertising. The reason is simple. She plays alongside one of the biggest attention-drawing stars in women's sports, Caitlin Clark. By embracing her role in the trio with Clark and Sophie Cunningham, Hull is constantly in front of millions of viewers. Every time she steps onto the court, walks through the pregame tunnel, or posts content on social media, she receives massive organic attention. The fan base of the Indiana Fever is huge, loyal, and strongly supportive of players who stand with their superstar teammate. Because of this, Hull can skip traditional corporate sponsorship routes, avoid middlemen, and directly earn from the attention surrounding Caitlin Clark. This is a perfect example of the halo effect in business. Clark attracts enormous public attention, and her teammates can place their own businesses in that spotlight to benefit from the interest she creates. In modern professional sports, this is what smart career strategy looks like. Players who refuse to adjust their playing style or continue to complain about the new era may struggle to stay relevant in the league. Over time, they could be replaced by younger and faster athletes who understand how the modern game works. Meanwhile, players like Sophie Cunningham and Lexi Hull are securing their future. Cunningham changed her body to match the fast pace of the system. She improved her shooting and maintained her defensive toughness to support her superstar teammate. At the same time, Hull is building a strong business outside of basketball with her new cosmetics brand. Instead of resisting the new economy created around Caitlin Clark, they are using it to their advantage. Now the big questions remain. Was Sophie Cunningham's major weight loss the right physical adjustment for a fast transition offense, or could it weaken her role as the team's physical presence? Should head coach Stephanie White start Lexi Hull to create better spacing on offense, or will team dynamics lead to a different lineup? And finally, could Hull's new brand prove that role players can build major wealth simply by playing alongside a generational superstar? Share your honest thoughts in the comments. If you want deeper discussions about the real business, strategy, and decisions behind professional sports, make sure to subscribe, like the video, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next breakdown.